Hi, this is Dr. Rick coming at you with another Newsday Tuesday. This week we're going to talk about one specific attack because it is such a major problem. The attack is from a group, an advanced persistent threat group in Iran that's provisionally called Smudged Serpent. What they're doing is they are attacking individuals like high profile policymakers here in the US using phishing. Now, it's just not, simple phishing of its standard kind of crappy emails meant to deceive the most vulnerable. No, these individuals are being more sophisticated. What they're actually doing is they target particular policymakers in these think tanks here in the US, and then they find what their personal email address is, and they create a different email that's very close, just slightly misspelled. And then they send out an email to the friends or colleagues or other individuals at other think tanks and send out emails such as, hey, let's collaborate on a new project, or other message that's meant to deceive the recipient, thinking they're getting a real email from the impersonated email address holder. And the goal is for them, it's suspected, they don't really know exactly what the goal is, but it's suspected that the goal is to gather strategic information from these think tanks about policymakers, where policy in the US is headed, what new topics are being discussed, for the purpose of either embarrassing those who are having these discussions or exploiting it strategically. So this is important. Why? Because this type of thing is also done in business. It's a perfect example of how phishing is used to attack influential individuals in organizations for the purpose of gathering information. This is often called well phishing, where you're actually going after the CEO or other members of the C-suite for the purpose of exploiting them for business gain. For instance, gathering intel about research and development projects that are going on, gather intel about customers, gather intel about future business plans and strategic partnerships that may be developing. And so it demonstrates how these groups are willing to invest the time and research to really understand the individuals they're attacking, and developing strategies that are more likely to fool those that they are also wanted to group in. And I actually know of a perfect example of this. One of the companies that I know about, their CEO was attacked in this fashion. There were emails that were generated by this attack group using an email that was very similar to the CEO's email address, slightly different but very, very similar. And emails were sent out to employees in the company, asking those employees to take specific actions, with the goal of eventually leading to some financial gain for this group. I have firsthand experience of this type of thing happening. And then what's interesting is that they're using legitimate tools. So, for instance, a person's personal Gmail account is compromised in this way by creating another Gmail account that is very similar to their personal one, but just tweaked a little bit. Anyways, there are certain ways to protect yourself against this in your organization. It's important to perform training for your employees and to perform simulated attacks on your organization where phishing emails are sent out. Test emails, or that is training emails that are unknown to the employees, these phishing emails, and test and whether or not the employees will react properly to these test emails, these training emails that are sent out. And that in that way, organizations can keep their employees diligent and looking for these kinds of deceptions. Another way is to properly configure your email servers to be able to block emails that are similar but different than the emails that are expected to be seen on by the email server. So for now, that's it for this week of Newsday Tuesday. Until next time, this is Dr. Rick Sturdivant.